When you ask a child what they want to be when they grow up, you typically get a response such as astronaut or princess or Superman. While some of these dreams may end up coming true, most kids outgrow their original ideas. When I was 9 years old, I found my calling to work with individuals with special needs, thanks to a young boy named Cooper. I met Cooper when I was assigned to be his recess buddy, meaning that I would play with him during recess one day. A little bit curious, I asked the teacher what disability Cooper had, and she replied that he had autism. Autism is a neurological disorder that, basically speaking, is a rewiring of the brain. It results in delays of typical behaviors, sometimes meaning problems with speech, different learning patterns, and difficulty in social situations. Cooper covered almost all of these criteria. I almost never received more than one-word responses. He had difficulty making eye contact, and sometimes he acted out by screaming, pulling hair, or other similar behaviors. It was fairly clear that he was different. However, I remember understanding that this was not his fault. I wanted to keep seeing him, and so for many recesses and lunches, I would go and spend time with him. I came to know how he worked, what he liked and what he didn't like, and I really felt like me and Cooper were friends. However, while I spent time with Cooper, many of my fellow students were perhaps not so kind. Looking back, I understand that you can only expect so much from a 9 or 10-year-old, but it still stung when some of the kids were mean. One particular instance has stood out in my mind. The teacher had left the room to make copies, and so we were unattended for just 1 second. 2 little boys started making fun of Cooper's tics, and everyone laughed along. I remember being angry for several reasons. I was frustrated that they couldn't see that Cooper had no control over his behaviors, but I was also hurt that they would make fun of a target who could not even speak up to defend himself. I've often wondered why I remember this incident so clearly, when I'm sure there were plenty more instances like this one. It doesn't stick out to me necessarily because it was sad, or because I was worried about Cooper, even though both of these things were true. It sticks out because I did nothing to stop the harassment. I allowed the mocking to continue. I'm now old enough to speak up, and this event has caused me to realize that I want to help others understand kids with disabilities. I've dedicated myself to working with kids with special needs as often as I can. Because of Cooper, I am now pursuing occupational therapy and am spending as much time as possible with individuals with special needs. Now you understand that I don't want to be an astronaut or a princess. I just want to help people with disabilities as best that I can. Thank you.